Good morning everyone. I am Nasrani Jimalang. No. Today I am going to discuss to you the chapter 3 of Lives and Works of Jose Rizal. So chapter 3 is about the school days of Dr. Jose Rizal in Binyan. So to start, no, the Dr. Jose Rizal or Dr. Jose Rizal is alam natin na he is the national hero. He is our national hero or di pambansang bayani. So as naunang reporter, nasabi naman na yung background niya. So yun. As for these school days of Dr. Rizal in Binyan, so the first formal schooling of Dr. Jose Rizal was in Binyan. So sa nasal town siya of his father. And yung town na yun is malapit lang siya sa Calamba. So he attended a private school na under kay Maestro Justiniano Aquino Cruz. Yung school na yon is from 1870 to 1871. So it is a brief interlude in his boyhood, which was full of significant memories. So his account of his school days in Binyan gives us a vivid glimpse of the kind of elementary education which Filipino boys obtain during that time. So, yung pag-aaral niya na yun is it is about an education with much or maraming about sa religion and overly very strict, so disciplined sila in that school. So yung mga students doon is kailangan na pag-aralan, mag-aral the hard way. So yun nga, nahihirapan sila na nag-aaral sila doon ng tawag dito, what can you call this, nag-aaral sila ng mabuti in that school. So he was whipped with the teacher to make him learn his lessons or to behave well. So very well disciplined sila in that school. So and kailangan nila mag-aral ng mabuti. So the first teacher of Dr. Jose Rizal is alam natin to, 'di ba? Kasi na-discuss to nung mga past discussions natin. Lalo na doon sa background ni Dr. Jose Rizal, which is sa chapter 1. So sabi on her lap, he learned the Latin alphabet and the Catholic prayers. So he was given further instruction by private tutors, kagaya ni Maestro Celestino, and also si Maestro Lucas Padua. So later on, his father hired an old man, which is si Leon Monroy, na kung saan his class, na kung saan naging classmate niya to give Rizal the first lessons in Latin. So yun nga magkaklase yung tatay ni Dr. Jose Rizal and itong si Leon Monroy. So this old Latin teacher is nakatira sa Dr. Jose Rizal na bahay mismo. But he died 5 months later. So yung pagkamatay niya is short lang, simula nung ini-instruct niya si Dr. Rizal in Latin. So Don Francisco was not discouraged by the loss. Si Don Francisco is the father of Dr. Jose Rizal. So hindi siya no na discouraged by the loss of the private tutor, which is yun na nga si Mr. Leon Monjoy. So after no ni Leon Monroy, nalaman niya na merong good teacher who was running a private school in Binyan, and being eager to give his son a good education. Siyempre, lahat naman ng mga magulang is the best, yung gusto sa anak. So, yun na nga. Yung tatay niya is nag-decide, no, nung nalaman na merong private school pala na maganda doon din sa Binyan, is nag-decide siya na ipaaral doon si Dr. Rizal. So yung nanay niya, si Doña Teodora, is nag-agree to the decision of Don Francisco. So si Dr. Rizal is 9 years old that time nung pinadala siya sa school na yun na na-discover ng tatay niya. So nung pumunta na si Dr. Jose Rizal sa school na yun, one Sunday afternoon in June 1872 siya nangyari. Dr. Rizal, after kissing the hand of his parents and a tearful parting from his sisters, left Calamba for Binyan. He was accompanied by Pasiano, which is his older brother. So kilala natin yan, no, kasi na-introduce yun sa atin nung mga past discussions natin. So itong si Pasiano is as we all know, no, he act as his second father of Dr. Jose Rizal, wherein sinusuportahan niya si Dr. Jose Rizal sa lahat, sa mga sa pag-aaral niya, sa mga ginagawa niya sa buhay, no. So para makarating sa destination nila, no, and no, yung time ng biyahe nila is mahaba-haba din, 1.5 hours din yung biyahe nila. So after nung pagdating nila, no, pumunta sila sa titi nila, wherein doon magla-lodge si or doon titira si Dr. Jose Rizal. So nung pagdating nila doon is almost gabi na, malapit na maggabi. So late na masyado, no, ganun kahaba yung biyahe nila papunta doon. So the same night, no, nung pagdating nila doon, kasama yung kapatid niya, which is si Pasiano, with his cousin named Leandro. Pumunta sila, no, sa town para mag-sightseeing. So pumasyal siya agad after niya dumating doon sa tita niya. So but then instead, no, of enjoying the sights, Dr. Jose Rizal became depressed because of homesickness. So syempre karamihan naman din sa atin, no, nafe-feel ito kapag bago tayo doon sa lugar. So yun na nga, na-feel na homesick si Dr. Jose Rizal doon sa lugar ng tita niya. So sabi niya, by the light of the moon, I remembered my native town, and I thought, with tears in my eyes, of my beloved father, my idolized mother, and the solicitous sisters. How sweet to me was Calamba, my own town, even if it was not so rich as Binyang. So, yun, sabi niya yun. So, the first day of Dr. Rizal in Binyan School, ito na yun siya. So, the next morning of that night, Monday nun. So, si Pasiano, dinala niya si Dr. Rizal sa pag-aaralan niya. Which is may-ari no is si Maestro Justiniano Aquino Cruz, yung sinabi ko nga na maestro kanina. So yung school is like a house of the teacher. So parang tutor niya nga, which was a small nipa but about 80 meters from the home of Jose's aunt. So 80 meters no yung layo from the kung saan nakatira si Dr. Jose Rizal papunta sa ito nga bahay ng tutor niya. So si Pasiano, alam niya no na yung teacher is mabuti no because he had been a pupil under him before. So naging teacher niya rin no si maestro. Ang ginawa niya, he introduced Dr. Jose Rizal to the teacher. Is magkakilala naman sila, and after that umalis siya para bumalik sa Calamba. So iniwan niya na si Dr. Jose Rizal sa Binya. So after that though, Dr. Jose Rizal was assigned his seat. Inassign siya ni maestro sa upuan sa klase niya. So sabi ni nagtanong si maestro kay Dr. Jose Rizal. Sabi niya, "Do you know Spanish?" So sabi naman ni Dr. Jose Rizal, "A little, sir." So nagtanong naman siya, "Do you know Latin?" So sabi niya rin, "A little, sir." So yung mga kasama no na mga lalaki din na bata ni Dr. Rizal, kasama ni si Pedro, the teacher's son laughed at Jose's answer. So si Pedro pala is anak ni maestro. So yung teacher tiningnan niya no ng masama yung lahat ng nag-iingay, and doon sila tumahimik. So after that nag-start na siya na magturo that day. So Dr. Jose Rizal described his teacher in Binyan as follows, which is si Maestro Cruz. So sabi niya, he was a tall, so matangkad siya, kaya long neck man with a sharp nose and a shirt woven by the skillful hands of the Batangueñas. So he knew by heart the grammars of Nebrija and Gainza. Add to this a severity which, to my mind, was excessive. And you have the picture I have of him. Yun sabi. Nung hapon ng first day of class ni Dr. Jose Rizal no, sa school ni Maestro in Binyan, habang tinitake ni Maestro nung teacher nila, habang nagtitake yung teacher nila ng siesta, which means is taking a nap no, is nakita niya yung bumuli sa kanya nung umaga na yon, which is si Pedro, yung sinabi ko nga kanina no, na tumawa. So nung nakita niya yun is galit siya kasi nga no, pinagtawanan siya nung umaga. So Jose challenged Pedro to a fight. So si Pedro is tinanggap yung offer, challenge ni Dr. Jose Rizal. Iniisip niya no, that he could easily beat the Calamba boy, was smaller and younger. So mas maliit si Dr. Jose Rizal kay Pedro. So, yung dalawang bata is pumunta, daglian sa room nila, much to the glee of their classmates. So, yung challenge pala ni Dr. Cersal kay Pedro is mag-wrestling. So, itong si Dr. Jose Rizal, natuto na mag-wrestling from his athletic uncle, which is si Manuel. So, dahil doon, natalo niya si Pedro, which is mas malaki sa kanya, no? So, ibig sabihin, magaling si Dr. Cersal mag-wrestling. Kasi natalo niya yung mas malaki sa kanya. So, dahil doon sa natalo niya si Pedro, naging sikat siya sa mga kaklase niya because of that. So, after the class, after ng klase nila nung hapon, one of his classmates named Andres Lacundanan challenge him. So, may sumunod noon kay Pedro na challenge him to an arm wrestling match. Parang yan yung tumba na tawag sa atin. So, pumunta sila sa sidewalk ng isang bahay and wrestle with their arms. So, itong si Jose, Dr. Jose Rizal, is dahil nga sa mahina yung kamay niya, natalo siya. And malapit na na mag-crack yung ulo niya sa sidewalk. So, after days, he had other fights with the boys of Binyan. So, hindi siya quarrelsome by nature, but hindi siya tumakbo from a fight. So, wala siyang tinatanggihan na challenge sa kanya ng mga bata doon sa school niya. So, sa school fights na yun, nanalo siya sa iba, and sa iba naman is natalo siya. Gaya nga nung laban niya doon kay Andres. So, near the school was the house of an old painter. Ang tawag sa kanya is si Juanco. So, itong si Juanco is the father-in-law of the school teacher. So, si Dr. Jose Rizal, ano tawag dyan? Lured his love for painting. So, ang nangyari, he spent many hours at the painter's studio. So, si Juanco is tinuturuan din naman siya ng mga lessons about drawing and painting. So, because of tinuturuan niya, na-impress si Juanco sa talent na meron kay Dr. Jose Rizal. That is why mas ginaganahan siguro siya na turuan si Dr. Rizal because magaling nga yung bata. So, si Dr. Jose Rizal and his classmates, Jose Guanvara, who also loved painting, became apprentices of the old painter. So, naging kasama niya, si Guevara. So, they improved their art so that habang patagal ng patagal, they became the favorite painters para maging favorite painters of the class. So, ginagalingan nila, para makuha yung title na yun. So, ang daily life ni Dr. Jose Rizal in Binyan is nakalagay sa libro is methodological life in Binyan. So, almost Spartan in simplicity, ika nga doon. So, yung buhay na meron siya doon is nakakontribute ng marami syempre, para sa future development niya, para mas marami pa siyang matutunan, para ma-fulfill, no, yung development na pwede pang mangyari sa kanya. So, dahil doon, no, sa sa mga na-achieve niya, is na-strengthen nun yung katawan niya. Kumbaga, no, mas lumalakas siya, mas natututo, and so on and so forth because of those experience na dumating sa kanya. So, speaking of his daily life in Binyan, na-record niya, no, na sa memories niya lang, na I heard the 4 ocular mass, no, in the morning. If there was one or I studio any lessons at the same hour and heard mass after work. So, upon returning, I look for my bowl of fruit in the grove, and I ate it. Afterwards, no, I took my breakfast, which considered usually of a plate of boiled rice and 2 fried sardinas. So, yun, no, yung kinakain niya. So, sa breakfast lang yun. So then I went to the class, which was over at 10. I went home immediately after that class. So, sabi pa dito, if there was a particular appetizing fish, Leandro and I were told to take it to the house of my aunt's sons. In thing which I never did at home and would never have done, I returned without saying a word, ate with them, and then applied myself to my studies. Went back to school at 2 and was out at 5. I played for a while with some good cousins before going home. And then after that, I studied my lessons, doodled a little, afterward taking my supper of 1 or 2 plates of boiled rice and an ayun gin. Hindi ko lang alam, no, kung ganun ba talaga siya i-pronounce. But then yun, ayun gin yung nakalagay dito. So we said, after that, we said our prayers, and then if there was a moon, my friends would call me out to play in the street in a company with others. Thanks to God, I never fell sick when away from my parents. So, yun yung nangyayari. Yun yung routine na nangyayari sa buhay niya. So, yun na. So, in school studies, Dr. Rizal beat all Binyan boys. So, he surpassed them all in Spanish, Latin, and other subjects. So, magaling talaga siya, no? Since then. Bata pa lang siya. So, some of his older classmates is nagsasalo. Syempre, hindi yan may iwasan kapag itong si Dr. Rizal is magaling and his classmates is natalo niya. So, ganun yung nangyayari. Nagsasalo sila, mga mas matanda sa kanya. Kasi nga, nalampasan niya lahat sila. So, nagsasalo siya, no, sa galing niya. So, dahil doon, they weekly spoiled to the teacher whenever Dr. Rizal, so nagsasabi sila, had a fight outside the school and even told lies. So, story make sila para lang, no, credit si Dr. Rizal and maparusahan. Kasi nga, kahit naman sabihin natin, no, na siya yung pinakamagaling, still away pa rin yun. That is why nagsusumbong sila. Pero si Dr. Rizal wala lang sa kanya, hindi niya pinapatulan. And after years later, sabi niya, in spite of the reputation I had of being a good boy and the day was unusual when I was not laid out on a bench and given 5 or 6 blows. So, may sinabi siya doon. So, meaning, no, sabi nga niya, despite of, magaling nga siya, no, sa because of his reputation, good boy daw siya. But the day was unusual when I was not laid out on a bench and given 5 or 6 blows. Meaning, no, hindi, kakaiba kapag hindi niya naranasan yun, na mapunish siya. Because, yun nga, no, because siguro sa mga, because of ano kasi yun siya, ginagawa yun siya nung Spanish colonization. Ginagawa yun siya na grabe ka strict and more on physical punishment sila. That is why na-experience yun ni Dr. Jose Rizal pag palo, no, sa kanya. So sabi dito, nakakaranas siya ng 5 or 6 blows sa isang araw. So kakaiba, no, kakaiba kapag hindi niya yung naranasan sa isang araw. Ganon yung punishment, physical punishment, yung Spanish colonization. So, after the time came when Dr. Rizal learned all that Maestro Justiniano could teach him. So, sabi, according sa teacher, in-inform niya yung ang parents ni Dr. Rizal that pwede na siyang maging college. Pwede na siya pa-college. So, nung in December 1871, Dr. Rizal received a letter from his sister, Saturnina, informing him. So, sinabi niya sa kanya yung pagdating, no, ng steamer Talim, which would take him from Binyan to Calamba. So, babalik siya sa Calamba. So, upon reading the letter, he had a premonition that he would not return to Binyan, so that he naging sad siya because of that, no, hindi na siya makakabalik sa Binyan, wherein marami siya naging experience, memories na may iwan sa Binyan. That is why naging sad siya. So he prayed in the town church, collected pebbles in the river of souvenirs, and regretfully bade farewells to his teachers and classmates. So, yun na, nagpaalam na siya kasi nga babalik na siya sa Calamba and baka hindi na siya makakabalik doon. So, after niya magpaalam, no, sa mga teachers, naging teachers niya, sa mga classmates niya, umalis sila sa Binyan nung, on Saturday afternoon, December exact, the date, December 17, 1871. So, he was thrilled to take passage on the steamer Talim. On the steamer Talim, for it was his first time he ever rode on a steamer. So mamaya ito si steamer yung sinasabi na sinakyan nila no, first time lang ni Dr. Rizal. So on board, a freshman named Arturo comes, kaibigan ng tatay niya, took care of him. So nung pagdating nila sa Calamba, Dr. Rizal was welcomed home by his parents, brother and sisters, which is pa siya nga yung brother niya na nagdala sa kanya noon, and yung mga kapatid niya na babae. So the Christmas of 1871 was a joyous and memorable one for him, kasi nga nasa bahay na siya, nakauwi na siya, so naging memorable yun sa kanya. And he regaled his brother and sisters with numerous tales of his fights. Nagkwento siya escapades and school triumphs in Binyan. Marami siyang nakwento sa mga kapatid niya. So, after the Happy Christmas holiday in 1871, Don Francisco thought of sending Dr. Sarsal to Manila para mag-aral. So, yun na naman, nagplano sila for Dr. Sarsal's studies. So, before June came, tragedy struck the Rizal family. So, Doña Teodora was arrested on malicious charge that she aided her brother Jose Alberto in trying to poison Alberto's wife. So si Alberto is a rich Binyan landowner and had encouraged the artistic development of his talented nephew Dr. Sarsal. So he had pumunta siya sa Europe on a business trip. And during his absence, his wife abandoned their home and children. So umalis yung asawa niya. Iniwan siya and yung mga anak niya. When he returned to Binyan, he found her living with another man. Nangaliwa pala yung asawa ni Alberto pag uwi niya galing Europe. And after that, he enraged her by her infidelity. So he planned to divorce her. Si Doña Teodora, to avert a family scandal, no, ang ginawa niya, pinirsuade niya si Alberto para patawarin yung asawa niya. So the family trouble was amicably settled. So wala na, okay na sila. And Jose Alberto live again with his wife. So yun, pinatawad niya na, no, tira sila isang bubong. However, the unfaithful wife connived with the lieutenant of the Guardia Civil to fabricate evidence that her husband attempted to poison her, with Doña Teodora as an accomplice. So, yun nga na yung nangyari. Ano pala talaga yung asawa ni Alberto, no? Cheater. So, yun na nga. Ang nangyari, lumapit siya dito kay Lieutenant Guardia Civil para magkaroon ng evidence or gumawa ng evidence na nag-attempt nga, no, si Doña Teodora and yung asawa niya, which is si Alberto, is pinoison, nag-attempt para i-poison siya. So si Lieutenant may act siya to grind against the Rizal family because at one time Rizal's father refused to give him fodder of his horse. Father. So yun na nga, no, because of that, meron din pala siyang reason para tumulong doon sa asawa ni Alberto na gumawa ng, so yun na nga, hindi siya pinahiram ng kabayo. That is why tinake niya yung opportunity na yun para maghigante sa tatay ni Dr. Jose Rizal. So yun na, because of those na-complain nila na evidence is na-arrest si Doña Teodora. So ang ginawa nung lieutenant is grabe ka brutal, no? Kasi nga nilagay niya si Doña Teodora is under his arrest. Kinalimutan niya that many times he had been a guest in the Rizal home. So maraming naitulong sa kanya ng Rizal family, but then because of his reason nga, no, hindi siya piniram the one time ni ng tatay ni Dr. Rizal ng kabayo, and also si yung asawa ni Alberto, naghiganti siya. So Doña Teodora the accused should have been confined in usually ano nangyayari in the Calamba jail. So ganun dapat yung nangyayari. But then the judge who had also been a guest many times at the Rizal home was naghiganti din, like the lieutenant. So nakisali yung judge para maghigante doon sa pamilya ni Dr. Jose Rizal. So tinake advantage nila yung situation ng nanay niya, which is mali naman talaga kasi wala siyang kasalanan. So gaya ni Lieutenant, he nursed a grudge against the Rizal family because he imagined that he was not accorded greater respect than the Filipino guests in the Rizal home. So yun yung paniniwala niya, no? So he ordered that Doña Teodora, yun yung naging labas ng judgment niya. Is kailangan, no? Malagay sa provincial jail in which is sa Santa Ana, capital of Laguna. So si Lieutenant finors niya si Doña Teodora, which is nanay ni Dr. Jose Rizal, para mapunta from Calamba to Santa Cruz. So a distance of more than 50 kilometers. So malayo din. So she languished in jail for her case dragon until it reached the Supreme Court or the Royal Audience. Yeah. So si Doña Teodora, as a worthy mother of a hero, endured her cruel fate with Christian resignation and courage, while her own family was in despair. So she was confident that someday, with God's help, her innocence would be recognized by the court and justice would be done. Kasi nga wala siyang kasalanan. Napaka-brutal lang talaga, no, na despite of the help of the family of Dr. Jose Rizal sa mga tao na gumawa nito sa nanay niya, ginawa pa rin, no? Nagiganti pa rin sila dito sa pamilya ni Dr. Jose Rizal gamit ang nanay niya. So the Rizal family had not yet recovered from the painful shock of the mother's imprisonment when another calamity occurred. So after makulong na nanay ni Dr. Rizal, meron na namang dumating. Kahit hindi pa sila naka-recover. Siyempre, nanay nila yon. Hindi masakit talaga, no, na makita na nasasuffer ang nanay mo and asawa mo para sa part ni nung tatay ni Dr. Rizal. So after nung pagkakulong ng nanay niya on January 20, 1872, the Cavite mutiny flared up, followed by the execution of Fathers Gomez, Father Burgos, and Father Zamora on February 17. So as Dr. Rizal's older brother, which is si Pasiano, then a student in the College of San Jose, nag-aaral din, was boarding with Father Burgos. So his professor and friend, who was a trusted assistant of Burgos in the fight for the Philippinization of the parishes. So ito namang about sa kanila is ito pinag-aralan na natin to, no, as I remember, napag-aralan to nung first year tayo. So yun na, after the execution of Father Gomez, Father Burgos, and Father Zamora, Pasiano quit college and he returned to Calamba and relayed the story of Burgos martyrdom to his younger brother, which is si Dr. Jose Rizal. Years later, ang nangyari, Dr. Jose Rizal is nagsulat siya about Father Burgos. So sabi, he awake my intellect made me understand goodness and justice. His farewell words I shall always remember. So, yun na yung sinabi niyo. So, I have tried to pass on to you what I received from my teachers. Do the same for those who come after you. So, yun yung sabi. So, si Dr. Jose Rizal is 11 years old nung nangyari yung martyrdom of Gomburza, which is yung mga fathers. So, despite his age, syempre bata pa yun masyado, no? 11 years old pa lang. So, he was deeply affected sa nangyari. So, it was another Spanish injustice like that done to his own mother. So, dalawa niya na na-feel, no? Yung ganong feeling. So, it further buttress his determination because of that experiences. Mas na-motivate siya, no? Na to consecrate his life to combat the evil forces of his times. So, mas na-motivate siya na gawin yun. So, yun. That's all for the chapter 3 of life and the works of Dr. Jose Rizal.